The individual who holds the rank of executive officer in the Ministry of Sports, Youth and Culture was accused of leaking on social media an internal memorandum of a contractual arrangement for the hiring of Patrick Simmons and Ian Thomas as advisors to Sports Minister Ron Redhead in February. The ministry reported the allegation to the PSC and requested that it appraise the situation and take whatever action is deemed necessary in accordance with the Public Service Commission regulations. Although leaking of information was the essence of the accusation, the PSC presented the public officer's file showing that there were different infractions since 2007. The executive officer, who has been on administrative leave since March 7th, sought assistance from the Public Workers Union, whose attorney, James Bristol, KC, represented the worker in the hearing held on May 12th. The committee, chaired by retired Justice Rosalind Wilkinson, with Reginald Lord and Miss Annie Brathwaite as members, found that there were no grounds for dismissing the worker, who has been a public officer for over 25 years. Public Relations Officer Daisy Hazard explains.
The case and the argument for the worker is a case of one double jeopardy. Because if you are investigating an officer's tenure and you are looking at files spanning a period of 15 years, it stands to reason that if that officer is employed within the public service, that those matters would have been looked at before by the Public Service Commission. And so double jeopardy would mean that you are seeking to look at that officer or to punish that officer twice. And cases were cited in that matter where officers previously would have won the matter. So the attorney literally moved for a no waiver, for a waiver of all of those things dating back to 2007.
Additionally, Hazard noted that the worker's file was replete with promotions, commendations, and congratulations.
But in addition to that, the officer's file was replete with promotions, commendations, congratulations. So it was not just a matter where you could cherry pick out, well, let me cherry pick out all those aspects which I feel might be negative against the worker, and the aspects which are positive, I'm going to ignore those. Because in the conduct of a 25-year career, I think any one of us may have some negative marks on our file. We are human. And so I don't think that there is any worker working anywhere over a span of 25 years may not have a complaint, may not have had a concern registered as to their conduct, as to their service, as to their professional.
Having prevailed in the matter, Hazard says it is expected that the executive officer will return to work when the administrative leave expires at the end of the month.
The PSC failed to make a case against the officer, and so there's no danger of the officer losing their job. As far as the union is aware, that officer has been on administrative leave since March of this year. And I believe correctly that the last bit of leave that the officer was sent on expires as of May 31st. We fully expect the officer to return to their job without any prejudice whatsoever. Whether it's within the same division or ministry, that would be up to the employer. But definitely there can be no negative or damaging fallout for the officer arising out of this matter.
The PSC is the independent body responsible for the hiring, firing, disciplining, and regularizing of public officers. Section 83 of the Grenada Constitution provides for the appointment of the 5-member Public Service Commission by the Governor-General on recommendation from the Prime Minister, who can also recommend that a member's appointment be revoked. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.